Hello, Edward Current here, and welcome back to my War on Atheism. But this time I'm waging war on anyone who doesn't believe that God is totally omniscient, meaning he knows absolutely everything about the past, the present, and the future. Why would I wage war on these people? Well, for one, because God told me to, but also because a God like that just makes logical sense. For starters, can you name a single recorded case in history in which God didn't know something? That's right, it's never happened. That is called evidence, atheists. Example, has God ever not known to cause an eclipse on the exact day and hour that one was supposed to happen? Of course not. Checkmate. Yet, some people have the arrogance to say that predictions God himself has made in the Bible, like the glorious end of the world, don't necessarily have to come true. God's predictions have already come true. The prophecies in the Old Testament were fulfilled, and we know that because the New Testament says they were. There are tons of little details about the life of Jesus the Messiah that ended up being real historical events. How do we know they really happened? Because they're in the Bible. The similarities between both parts of the Holy Book are uncanny. There's simply no way that it happened by accident. In fact, it's been calculated that the chance of the stories about Jesus randomly ending up in both parts of the Bible are 1 in 10 trillion 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 trillion. Wow. Now, to anyone who doesn't believe that God knows everything, each of those trillions is a big, fat checkmate. Look at it this way. Wouldn't it be amazing if someone today could write a book in which events toward the end were predicted in an earlier part of the book? Unfortunately, that can only happen if the author is God, because people can't predict the future, but God can, because he knows absolutely everything. So, if God can predict the future, you know what that means? He must know exactly what your own future will bring. Remember that the next time you need to ask him for something. Because prayer works, even if God already knows how everything will turn out. You see, if you don't pray and you get what you want anyway, you'll never know why God planned it for you that way. But if you do pray and you get what you want, you'll know why you got it. Because you prayed. Okay. Today, by providing irrefutable evidence, I've proved that God knows everything. And even though man has free will, God knows what our future will be. We humans just have to wait to find out what it is. But we should pray for the things that we want, so that we can find out whether or not our prayers being answered was in his all-knowing plan to begin with. All of which proves that God exists. Check and mate. Atheists, I hate to say it, but you all just took some cold, hard logic up your godless behinds. This has been Edward Current. Good night, and God bless America.